Are you looking for the best Samsung monitors? In this video we will look at some of the best Samsung monitors on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Samsung LS32BG85 Tunes Go. The Samsung LS32BG85 Tunes Go is the best Samsung monitor we've tested. It's a high-end monitor in their 2022 lineup, and it's the first 4K, 240Hz monitor available to the consumer market, also making it the best Samsung gaming monitor. It's packed with a ton of features, and it has variable refresh rate, VRR, support to reduce screen tearing. Although it's currently hard to reach a 240Hz refresh rate with a 4K resolution on most graphics cards, this makes this monitor future-proof as more games and hardware will support that bandwidth in the future. The picture quality is remarkable, and it's better than most monitors because it uses mini LED backlighting. It means that it displays deep blacks in dark rooms, and has a decent local dimming feature to further improve the picture quality in dark scenes. It also gets bright enough in HDR to make smaller highlights stand out against dark backgrounds. If you like the mini LED backlight but want a super ultra-wide display, the Samsung Odyssey Neo G9 is an excellent gaming monitor with a 49-inch screen and a 32:9 aspect ratio, but images aren't as sharp as on the Neo G8. Number 2. Samsung Odyssey Neo G7 S32BG75. If you want a cheaper monitor, the Samsung Odyssey Neo G7 S32BG75 is a lower-end version of the Samsung Odyssey Neo G8 S32BG85. It provides many of the same features, with the main difference being that it has a max refresh rate of 165Hz instead of 240Hz like on the Neo G8. This doesn't make a difference now as it's hard to reach a high frame rate with 4K games with modern graphics cards, but the Neo G7 isn't as future-proof as the Neo G8. Still, it's a great choice if you want to take full advantage of the PS5 and Xbox Series X as it has HDMI 2.1 bandwidth that lets you play 4K at 120Hz games from either console. It delivers an excellent gaming experience like the Neo G8 thanks to its quick response time with any frame rate, and it has an optional backlight strobing feature to reduce persistence blur. The input lag is low and it has FreeSync variable refresh rate, VRR, support to reduce screen tearing. Like the Neo G8, it uses mini LED backlighting that has the same number of dimming zones and offers deep blacks with bright highlights. Number 3. Samsung Odyssey G7 S28 AG70. If you don't need all the high-end features and mini LED backlighting of the Samsung Odyssey Neo G7 S32BG75, you can save money by getting a mid-range monitor like the Samsung Odyssey G7 S28 AG70. Like most Samsung monitors, it's focused on gaming as it's a 4K monitor like the Neo G7, but the main difference is that its picture quality is worse in dark rooms because it has a lower contrast ratio and a much worse local dimming feature. If that doesn't bother you, you'll still be happy with its excellent gaming performance, and it has a 144Hz max refresh rate that you can achieve over a DisplayPort or HDMI connection. It's great for gaming with the PS5 or Xbox Series X because it has HDMI 2.1 bandwidth that allows you to take full advantage of the consoles. It has VRR support to reduce screen tearing, low input lag for a responsive feel, and a fast response time at high frame rates for smooth motion. If you don't need the 4K resolution, you can also consider the Samsung Odyssey G7 C32G75T, which is a 1440p gaming monitor with a 240Hz refresh rate, and it also costs less. Number 4. Samsung Odyssey G5 S27 AG50. If you're looking to save some money by getting a budget Samsung monitor, there are a few options available, like the Samsung Odyssey G5 S27 AG50. As it's a lower-end version of the Samsung Odyssey G7 S28 AG70, it has a lower 1440p resolution, but that's what you have to expect if you're going for something cheaper. It's part of the Odyssey gaming lineup from 2021, and it's impressive for gaming as the 27-inch screen and 1440p resolution help deliver sharp images, and it has a 165Hz refresh rate with VRR support. Motion also looks smooth across its entire refresh rate range as there's minimal blur trail with fast-moving objects. Its IPS panel makes it a good choice for co-op gaming as it has decent viewing angles, the image remains consistent from the sides, and its excellent ergonomics make it easy to adjust. With an IPS panel, it has a low contrast ratio that makes blacks look grey in the dark. If that's important to you, the Samsung Odyssey G5/G55 AS27A G55 is a similar alternative with a VA panel and a higher contrast. However, it has significantly worse motion handling, so the S27A G50 is the better gaming monitor. Number 5. Samsung Odyssey G3 S24A G30. Although Samsung isn't known for their cheap and low-cost monitors, they have a few that are still good enough for entry-level PC gamers, like the Samsung Odyssey G3 S24A G30. It's a lower-end version of the Samsung Odyssey G5 S27A G50, and it has a lower 1080p resolution and a smaller screen. However, this is still fine for casual gaming, and the image clarity is decent. It has features most gamers look for, like a 144Hz panel, native FreeSync VRR support, G-Sync compatibility, and low input lag. However, its motion handling is disappointing as there's smearing and inverse ghosting with fast-moving objects. It performs best in dark rooms because it has a high contrast ratio with decent black uniformity, but if you want to use it in a well-lit room, even though it has good reflection handling, it doesn't get bright enough to fight a ton of glare. Despite its low cost, it still offers most common ergonomic adjustments, including swivel, tilt, height, and rotation into portrait mode. The build quality is also decent, so for a cheap price, you're getting good value.